Surprise, it's not Monday, but here we are. This is a special episode. I'm so excited. So, welcome to a special episode of Your Emotional Support Podcast. I'm your host, Noelle, and I'm changing it up and doing something a little bit different. I am going to start having subscribers on Apple Podcasts, and this is going to be special episodes for my subscribers, just a little bit into insight about who I am and what I'm all about, and just kind of give a deeper dive into one, why I feel like self-worth is so important, and two, what all the different works that I'm doing around building people's self-worth, because I want this to reach to all of the edges of the globe. I know the globe is round and doesn't have edges, but I want it to reach everywhere. I want everyone to feel like they are worth all the things that they're worth. Because I feel, really honestly, this might sound cheesy, but I feel like if we feel better about ourselves inside, then we will treat other people better, and then we can just solve all the world's problems. Okay, yes, that is getting a little ahead of myself, but I really feel like it starts with our own self-worth. And once we can get a hold of that, then we can really tackle so many other things. So this is just a special little episode that I'm airing out for everybody, but there's going to be more of these on if you subscribe. So I haven't quite figured out how it all works yet, but I wanted to put this out there so that if you are an Apple user, you will have the opportunity to subscribe. If there's ways that I can do it on Spotify and other places, then I'm going to figure that out as I go. So if you are not Apple, I don't want to be exclusive, because I want to be as inclusive as I can for anyone. But I will figure out how to make it work on other platforms as well. Bear with me. So a little bit about me. I have been 1,000 women in my 44 years. And it took me almost this long to really, truly love and value myself. So I wanted to bring something to those listeners who wanted a little bit more, who wanted to know a little bit more about me, who I am, and what I bring to the world. So I thought I'd do some extra episodes for those who wanted to subscribe. Again, this one is for everyone, a little teaser, but for more of these, we're going to dive deeper, and these will be available, like I said, to the other subscription places that I can figure out. So who am I? Well, again, I said I've been about 1,000 different people in my 44 years. And I think that all of those people, I was trying to be different people for different purposes, because I was lacking that self-worth, because I didn't value who I was, and I didn't feel like I had value to bring to the world. So I would try on all of these different hats based on where I was in my life and who I thought other people wanted me to be. So if anybody listening out there met me at any time in my life, you probably really, really liked me at the beginning, because I put on this persona of who I thought you wanted me to be, because I didn't think that who I really was valuable enough to share with everyone. Then, once you got to know me and I started to be vulnerable and kind of show who I really was, you probably ran for the hills, because it wasn't who I had let you believe I was in the beginning. And these are the problems that I think a lot of people run into. They feel like they have to kind of morph themselves into someone who they think other people want them to be. And then when they start to become themselves, people are confused or angry or disappointed or whatever, not because of who you are, but because you aren't what you told them you were in the beginning. I hope this is making sense. But then I think then that gives a blow to our self-worth right then and there, because we're like, well, I started to become who I was and they left. And so it's like this vicious cycle where you're pretending because you're afraid that you're not worthy. And then when you do start to show your worth and start to show who you really are, then people run. And so then that gives your self-worth another hit. Okay, and then it just keeps going and going and going, because you're never getting that build up. You're never getting that reassurance that you are worthy and that your true authentic self is worth it. So I didn't get that probably until I was in my mid 30s. And I'll talk about why in these extra episodes. But it really made me realize that I didn't have to change who I was to attract people. I needed to be who I really honestly was and be my real authentic person. And then the people that were meant to be there would be there. And they were and they are. Okay, that's not to say that I didn't have valuable relationships before that, because I have like my bestest, wonderfulest sister cousin friend who's been there from day one. And she's my everything. And my relationship with my mom is amazing. But it's definitely had its ups and downs too, as I was going through all these like situations where I was trying to figure out who I was. And I think I was confusing a lot of people along the way, including myself. But once you kind of realize that who you are is worth it and amazing, then you can stop pretending and you can stop letting that guard down, and you can just be free and safe to be who you are, because you don't doubt yourself anymore. Of course, there are still going to be doubts and bumps in the road, but you can bounce back from those and you can overcome things and you can be super resilient. I have had probably the worst couple of years, these past 2 years, that I've had in a long time. And collectively, it's all been jammed into like the last 2 years. But I feel like I have been so resilient and come out stronger and better for it because of that sense of self-worth, and because I have that emotional bubble wrap kind of built in. And if you haven't listened to the episode on emotional bubble wrap, oh my gosh, listen to it. I don't remember when it's coming out, sometime in June. So if this releases before that, stay tuned, because it's such a great episode. But if you surround yourself with those supportive people and the things that bring you up, then you can go through hard times and it won't break you. And I think that has been the shining light in my life for the past couple of years, is that not only has my self-worth grown and improved and I feel amazing about myself, but I've also been able to attract those people who also want to build me up and see me succeed and support me. And that's what this is all about, is I want to show you how you can do the same thing, how you can feel so great about yourself that nothing can knock you down completely. Nothing can beat you down to the point where you can't get back up and fight, okay? Because that's what self-worth does to you. And I feel like once you have that, then you attract the people that you need in your life that will then build you up. And then it just becomes this ripple effect. And we're all out there supporting each other and building each other up. And nobody is out there knocking each other down. And so that is my message, and that is what I want to share with you and with the world. So if you want to hear more of this, me going on random tangents, please subscribe and join the secret club. I will also share more snippets and things like that, obviously, in my free episodes. But please, if you have any desire, please subscribe. Follow me wherever you find your podcasts, and just love you because you deserve it. I'm so glad you're here.